Well, all right. On the last Rages, you saw MJ Ferrantino debuting Gene Snitsky as part of his stable, and he's part of our main event tonight. As Gene Snitsky, along with MJ Ferrantino, gets set to go one-on-one against Ryder. Ryder, you say? Huh? Well, it's the first time for everything around here.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's main event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Long Island, New York, weighing 224 pounds, here is Ryder.
Well, he's never competed in RWL before. Ryder was offered a main event opportunity, and he certainly didn't want to turn it down, even if it is against Gene Snitsky. I don't much like this cruiserweight's chances. Well, yeah, Snitsky's a monster, but, and here's the thing, we didn't get to see a whole lot of him in action in that tag team match with Lars Sullivan on Rage. Now here, we got a one-on-one situation, him and Ryder. This is going to be completely different. That's real true, Danny. You can't catch the measure of a guy's art in a tag team match. You got to see him one-on-one with another opponent to really appreciate it.
His opponent, accompanied by MJ Ferrantino from Nescahoning, Pennsylvania, weighing 312 pounds, Gene Snitsky.
This whiz kid's got an arsenal at his disposal, and it's scary. You notice one thing about MJ Ferrantino? Outside of the Texan Ladies Association, he surrounds himself with giants, big guys. Yeah, that's true. Brent and Quinn Stewart, the Vandal Brothers, Hoss and Zodiac, they're all big guys. That's absolutely true. And now he's added Lars Sullivan and Gene Snitsky to the mix. Certainly the land of the giants where MJ Ferrantino hangs his hat. Man, I can't wait to see him in action one-on-one, and I can't wait to see what Ryder makes of Gene Snitsky. This is gonna be good, guys. Well, here's a main event you're not gonna see anyplace else. Wow, Gene Snitsky back on the scene. The referee sounds the bell. Kick to the midsection from Ryder. Snitsky winds up Ryder from behind. Twist in the arm, shoves him away. Catches an elbow. Ryder with a standing dropkick that doesn't take Snitsky down. A second one that still doesn't take him down. Wow. Ryder with a series of kicks to the leg. Pitched halfway across the town by Gene Snitsky. Did you see the kid fly? Ryder with an arm drag. Snitsky counters with an elbow to the leg. Clothesline. Takes Ryder down. Gene Snitsky catches a kick. Ryder catches the ropes from Gene Snitsky. Snitsky rebounds and whoa, drives his whole weight into his back and into those ropes. Double stomp to the midsection. Snitsky catches a counter kick from Ryder. Went flying again. Whatever it is he's trying to do, he better stop. Snitsky going for a cover. One, but only a one. Ryder catches a kick to the side of the head from Gene Snitsky. Snitsky rounds him up in a dragon sleeper. Rib breaker from Gene Snitsky. Snitsky, real aggressive here. Hard shot to the side of the head of Ryder. And whoa, what a chop. Right to the base of, right to the top of the skull. Right in the forehead. Ryder charging it up here. Gene Snitsky getting back up on his feet. Whoa, wow, what a leg drop. Ryder covers. 1, 2, no. Snitsky finds his way out of the pin. Ryder gets himself up first. Takes himself to the top turnbuckle. Snitsky laid out just about the middle of the ring. Oh! Both knees right into the gut. Snitsky one step ahead there. Ryder whipped into the corner. Snitsky pins him up in the corner. Look at this right here. Machine gun punches from Gene Snitsky, followed up with an uppercut. Ryder up out of the corner. Snitsky counters, slams him face first into the canvas. Snitsky covers again. 1, 2, nope. Ryder finding his way out at just about a 2. Catches a kick to the back from Snitsky. Snitsky stuck on Zack Ryder again. Oh, wow, what a series of shots. A flurry of, oh, wow. Oh, and a kick. And another kick. And, oh, man. Did you see him fold? Did you see Zack Ryder collapse? Gene Snitsky drags him to the center of the ring. Covers. 1, 2, 3. It's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time was 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Gene Snitsky.
Oh, man. Poor Zack Ryder. Oh, he got absolutely destroyed. Gene Snitsky ate his lunch. That was nuts.
Well, we'll have to wait until such time as we see Gene Snitsky compete against larger opponents. Someone his own size, for example, say a Jinder Mahal. This was a good jumping off point. A very solid match for him. Gene Snitsky taking full advantage of Zack Ryder in this matchup. Zack Ryder, outside of a brief display of brilliance, there really wasn't much there. Gene Snitsky absolutely devastated.
You know, Chicago, it's like you said at the start. MJ Ferrantino's got himself a veritable monster island full of monsters. Now, if he ever gets it together on the managerial side and they get their act together on the stable side, that young man's going to give Sylvia Strong a serious run for her money in the future. But to conclude here, Gene Snitsky absolutely trashing Zack Ryder. Unbelievable. Well, MJ Ferrantino focusing on Scottville going into summer. Well, that's going to be colorful, ain't it, Gene?
Certainly looking forward to it.
All right, well, before we go, I want to thank Hangman Tex Lynch for spending some time with us here tonight. Coming up next time on RWL is going to be RWL Snarl this Saturday. For all of us here, Chicago Danny Awesome saying see you next time.